Okay, so immediately we see Annie being banned out. We've spoke about Annie quite a bit. Very strong support at the moment. Cardiff dominated with her last game, so not surprised to see that at all. Lee Sin been banned out on the other side. Ganked by Dong plays a lot of Lee Sin.
It's interesting that Nottingham banned the Lucian instead of picking him, so my crystal ball isn't working today.
Danexo doesn't play a lot of Lucian, so I'm not surprised they'd pick that, but I think they're scared of it in Cardiff. Cardiff
LeBlanc
really did well
ban.
with it last game.
That's...
Now, Artesh plays a lot of LeBlanc as well.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Last week he played a LeBlanc game. He didn't do amazing early game, but late game he was picking off kills all over the map. He's very, very skilled LeBlanc. We see Olaf. That one I am surprised at. Ganked by Dong plays a lot of Olaf, as I mentioned to you, so they're taking...
And they've got first pick. They could have first picked the Olaf as well. That's it's definitely...
It looks like they don't want that game.
Yeah, maybe they're going for a very specific first pick, and they're trying to...
I think I know what they might be going for here. We do see a Riven ban as well. Bing took away. Artesh blokes.
Alright, so what's your theory?
We'll see. We'll wait for the bans, the picks to come in. Okay, Shyvana coming in very strong. Very, very strong jungler this patch. For the last 2 patches, it's been really, really good. She's very tanky.
She's also a really excellent top laner right now. I mean, the split pushing when you've got the Sunfire cape and your burnout going, it's just nasty. You know, you can ulti away if people come for you. It's really scary. So we'll have to see. It's kind of a flexible pick. We'll see where they go with it.
Definitely, that Thresh and Elise coming out. Thresh is a support that we've seen Arachnoid play a lot.
Ooh, Soraka.
Wow. I've never seen him.
Personally, I feel like that's a very bold and scary decision into a Thresh.
No, he will change it. Change it. Arachnoid likes the Thresh. 80% of his games he's Thresh, so to have that took away, I think that is his go-to support. So I don't think he'll be most happy about that, but obviously they felt the Shyvana pick was more important than the Thresh pick at that, and we are going to have Artesh on Syndra as well.
So I guess they... Yeah, Riot must have just fixed that then, because earlier today Syndra was disabled still.
Right, well, we did see her being played by Cardiff last game actually, so it looks like they're not only going to secure that for themselves, but going to take it away from Cardiff if they wanted to play that as well. We do have a few supports here being hovered over by Arachnoid. The Leona been hovered over, very strong. She will go back to that Janna though.
Janna, I think, is really nice here, because if the Elise jumps on you, that's one of the best ways to get her off. You know, you got like a few options.
Jinx that a lot of people are scared
of.
Jinx
is...
possibly as well.
Jinx is pretty scary too. Not sure how I feel about Katarina into like Janna and Syndra and stuff.
Yeah, Janna's very good against Katarina, so Shyvana.
And Syndra, like, just knock her away.
Yeah, exactly, with the stun. So I don't think... We'll have to see if that actually gets locked in. Jinx, very strong at the moment, though. Rarely see her because of she's banned a lot for games. That is going to be changed to a Fizz, possibly, as well.
Yeah, Jinx, I mean, I think it's a solid choice against, like, Janna and Syndra and stuff, because you can stay far enough back that they're not too much of a threat to you. That Syndra's going to struggle, especially, to burst you down. So Syndra's target's going to be someone else, hopefully.
Yeah. And Fizz is very good as well because obviously with his Playful Trickster he can avoid some of the CS for a little bit of time and get onto those hard to get to characters, the carries, the AP carries. So we are going to have Fizz and Jinx locked in. So it's back over now to Nottingham. They haven't picked their AD carry yet. So curious to see what they'll pick for the AD carry. It is going to be Sivir. And I expect a Tryndamere top. There it is. Okay, this is exactly what I was expecting. They're going here for the split push.
Split push?
Yes, I spoke to them and they mentioned this is something they've been doing a little bit. They this is a pure split push here, obviously, and they've got the Tryndamere in the top. They've got the Shyvana, which is very, very good at the pushing.
Yeah,
Sivir,
I really like this actually.
Is very good at clearing waves as well.
I really like this. I think it's a really interesting comp, and I think that it's good that they decided to bring it out now instead of sort of returning to the sort of Season 3, you know, their standard comfort picks and stuff, because if everyone else is sort of innovating it, it could be a bit risky.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited about seeing this, though. I think they've got a good team to face it against. However, you've got that Nasus been picked now. Very, very strong.
I mean, one thing I will definitely say is that Cardiff has a decent amount of opportunities to catch people when they're split pushing. If that Nasus ghosts in and withers someone, then they can hopefully pick off the split pusher before they get away.
Also, it forces them to stay in their lanes. I mean, Nasus is someone that you want to get farmed, then you want to roam and start chasing them people. Having the Tryndamere top even if he goes negative, obviously he'd prefer not to and come out even or above in that lane, especially early levels. But it's hard for both of them characters pre-6 really. But if he can, if he can force the Nasus to stay in lane, that really shuts him down. He'll still be getting the farm, but it stops his damage potential and his one of his main scary features of being able to just roam, use his wither to pick off a lot of the people.
That's definitely a good point. I think
Really
gank-wise, where do you think the focus is going to be? I feel like mid lane for...
Definitely. To be honest, all of these lanes are hard to gank. Sivir's got a spell shield.
Yeah.
Janna's
just so good at getting away from ganks.
Exactly.
You know.
Tryndamere is very hard to catch as well. After 6, he's almost impossible to catch. Shyvana is really, really good at, she's got high mobility. She's going to be able to get there and help out a lot. I don't think there's going to be a particular lane that they're going to...
I feel like...
I think mid's got the most potential.
Mid's got the most potential because that Syndra can do a lot of... She only has a short duration, like, lockdown, but there's so much burst following it up, followed up by Shyvana's potential burst, that they might be able to make it work. Obviously, there's the possibility that Fizz will just playful trickster out of it, so...
Yeah, Fizz is a very good pick. I haven't seen, as I said, Artesh or Soren LeBlanc or Soren Nidley in a few champions. His mechanics are very good. I haven't seen him on Syndra. If he's got good mechanics on the Syndra and he can get them AoE stuns down for the ganks and for the kill potentials, then it may possibly be a completely different story in mid.
What we could maybe even see is just a lot of farming the jungle, because Shyvana is really good with items and really good at farming the jungle, and Lee's is less good, so the pressure is on Cardiff to make something of the jungle early game more so than it is for Nottingham A.
Definitely. I won't be too surprised if we see a little bit of a camp appear top pre-6 for both of them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Shyvana and Elise, I think they'll be concentrating a lot on this top lane pre-6, because whoever comes out strongest after level 6 in this top lane, I feel is going to have an advantage, so I think the junglers are really going to try and influence that.
Yeah, I think in terms of the lane that they probably wish and want to influence the most, it would be top lane. But like we were saying earlier, both Nasus and Tryndamere have pretty good ways of getting away. Nasus can just wither someone, Tryndamere can spin, they both got ghosts, so it's going to be difficult.
Also, the Sivir's not too bad against the Jinx because she has really good poke. Jinx is a phenomenal poke, but Sivir also has really good poke. She's got her boomerang shot as well as her bounce, and the spell shield will really help against the poke from Jinx.
Yeah.
So I feel that that's actually a really strong lane on both parts. It's for the hook on Thresh as well. I feel that this is a lot more evenly matched, and I'm really excited to see this game. I'm really quite pumped for it actually, because both teams have such great potential here.
Yeah, I'm really excited by it. It's they're both interesting lineups in different ways, and as we said before, the teams are pretty close in terms of how good they are and stuff. So
15 seconds till we get into these games. We do see this game double exhaust coming out. The exhaust on both supports. Sorry. So other games we haven't actually seen an exhaust yet. Most of the supports going for that ignite, but here they are going for the exhausts on both teams.
I guess maybe part of the reason for that is if they're doing a split push style comp, they're going to need to be skirmishing a lot, so an exhaust has a big effect in that.
Definitely, and we will.
If you can completely lock down one person's damage in like a 2v2, it's a bit more than locking down one person's damage when there's still like 2 people damaging you. So exhaust in that smaller scale fight could be more influential.
Definitely. But we will have to see how the lanes actually go. Just getting into the loading screen now. Only 2 skins in here, so a bit disappointing.
Yeah, but the pack Severe makes up for it, man. That skin is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Haven't seen one of those very often.
Back in the day when I played duo queue with Danek, so it would be the pack Sivir and the Armor of the 5th Age Taric bot lane.
Oh,
best
beautiful.
Skins in the game. But really, really excited to see these, especially with the Sivir changes. Sivir's a AD carry that Danexo used to play a lot of. Then he went to the Varus after she wasn't the strongest. Since the changes, he started going back to her again, and he has got very good mechanics on her. I'm also excited to see Artesh's mechanics. On the other side, I want to see if Fizz can make a lot of plays in mid. and I want to see how this Jinx fares off as well. And we are getting into the game now, so we will have our last game of the night, which will be the decider for Division 2, just about to start. I'm hyped.
I
You're
am
hyped as
also
well.
extremely hyped. I'm really looking forward to this.
It's going to be a good game. So we'll see now what comes out. You do get the double relic shields in the bot lane, but nothing more coming out than that. You do get the Hunter's Machete on both teams as well, so it does look like we are going to just have standard junglers here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we don't see more than
Nasus
2
getting
target
to buy a
shields.
trinket as well, actually.
Oh dear, that's an oversight.
Yeah, Nasus, you know, I've done it the first game. You know, these trinkets, people are forgetting to get them because they are new. Tryndamere might be caught out here, though he doesn't want to face check that bush.
No, I think the Nasus showed himself a little bit there.
Yeah, no, Tryndamere is just going to back away and spam his laugh there just for the disrespect. But it does look like Cardiff are going to move in towards this blue buff. Nottingham are fully aware, though. Tryndamere being very risky here, spamming his laugh in range of that hook, but it's not going to land.
I think the engage range of Cardiff wasn't quite long enough that even if the hook landed, there would have been too much to worry about.
Not at this level. Nottingham are just going to go a little bit around that blue and be safe there, though, but it doesn't look like either team want to engage this. Cardiff are just backing out now, going back to their normal lanes, and it looks like we're going to just see standard lanes here. Nasus is heading to top, Tryndamere is heading to top, and the bot lanes are heading to bottom.
I think it's interesting that there's actually 2 sweeping lenses on Cardiff's side. They're maybe going to be playing pretty aggressive, that would indicate to me, because they want to remove all the wards and move into the enemy territory.
It helps with this split push that Nottingham are going for. It means that they're going to have vision to ensure that they know how long they can stay in lane and how long they cannot get caught out.
That's
pushing.
a great
so
point.
Having them sweeper trinkets are really going to help Cardiff take away that vision and say, you know, that will force Nottingham to play safer, not be able to split push as much as they want.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good point. Maybe Nasus's decision was to wait and see what they need more. I mean, it seems doubtful, but it's possible.
No, I don't. Well, trinkets are actually free to sell and buy another one, so I don't think, I don't know.
But there is a long cooldown attached when you do that, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. You are just going to have a little bit of a damage trade up here at top, but not much going down at the moment. Both teams just starting to farm, starting to get a little bit of pressure on. Who do you think is going to have the advantage here in mid, this Fizz against Syndra?
I think, to begin with, the Syndra might have the advantage, because the cooldown on Playful Trickster is very long. So she can kind of he'll Playful Trickster one of them, use up a lot of mana, and then she'll be able to do that again.
So we may be going in here. Thresh does miss his hook on Janna though, so there is possibly an opportunity for Nottingham to be a bit aggressive. Nasus is also getting quite poked in that lane, taking a little bit more damage than he'd like to. And Elise is actually starting to go towards the top. Tryndamere is going to ward that brush. Elise could have
just in time by the Tryndamere.
Elise could have got that, but luckily Tryndamere got out of there.
Yeah, I think the Tryndamere, because they were just trading autos, the lower health he gets, the stronger he gets, and he just kind of kept autoing.
Shyvana's looks like she's going for a lane gank here now, so I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Tryndamere, you know, starting to try and bait out this from Nasus. Shyvana's just going to get into that far brush, so she is there. Elise, meanwhile, is going towards mid, so if this does happen at top, Elise isn't going to be in range to save it, but we do see Syndra really extended here.
Syndra is very extended, yeah. Oh man!
She's going to keep going. Fizz, really nice bait there. Elise is going to go in, but she hasn't got her cocoon yet.
Fizz didn't give any support there.
No, Fizz actually stays under his tower and they don't manage to secure
it.
Meanwhile, Nasus isn't going to do anything up top, so Shyvana just going to recall here. They are trading though. Nasus
that's Nasus dead.
Burn for both down actually. First blood does go down for Tryndamere though, so he will come out on top with the gold.
I mean, it's interesting to look. There's more minions for red side.
The hook lands on Janna as well there, sorry. The Flay does knock her back, but it looks like Nottingham are just going to say, okay, you want to engage this, we'll engage this. Sivir doing quite a bit of auto attack onto Jinx there, taking her just below half health now, but they do.
Oh, that shield was a bit late.
Elise is there as well with the flash.
Oh, the barrier!
Danexo will flash away though, and he does survive. Elise choosing not to go in on him, and instead he's just going to back up onto one of the minions and get out of there. So very close to being some plays there, but both go back out. Syndra
could be pretty painful.
Lot,
she's too low on mana to really capitalize on it. But I tell you what's important about that top lane trade-off that happened is Nasus is in a worse position in the lane now because of where it's pushed up to. Tryndamere might be able to set up a freeze soon, so
Nasus
important to remember
finally,
that.
you know, he comes back to lane with that trinket now. Shyvana's coming down bot to help with the pressure of this Elise here. So this bot lane should start to equalise now. But other than that, Nasus' turn now to push Tryndamere right up to his tower.
I don't think Tryndamere will mind too much about that. He's got enough damage to just easily last hit. And if he freezes it here...
He's just going to trade again, yeah, he's just going to spin, get some
He's got to level up and a little bit more gold, so he's doing pretty good in these trades.
Damage from him, actually, yeah, it's not coming out the best in that trade. Thresh does miss the lantern, he lands the flay onto Janna though. Janna's just going to shield and go a little bit aggressive onto Jinx, but back out after that. Not too much there. We're looking quite even lanes. The Syndra is out CSing.
The Jinx is pretty far ahead in CS as well. I mean,
yeah.
That's what the pressure from Elise did for them, ultimately, is just gave her about a 10-15 CS lead.
Definitely, everywhere else. I mean,
oh, good hook!
Oh, the hook does land on Janna. Janna's
this might be a dead Janna.
Is going to do a lot of damage onto her, but the shield should actually save her.
She managed to avoid the mines. That was surprising. I thought for sure she was going to hit them.
The mines weren't actually the best. They were quite behind. Janna's obviously still a very mobile champion. But really nice play there with the shield and just to survive that. So she will have the recall, which does give this bot lane more advantage though. Syndra's going to be quite aggressive onto Fizz here.
That's a lot of damage.
Takes him down to half health and we'll just back out and be happy with that.
Ultimately, Fizz would be better if Syndra's cooldowns were a lot higher, but because they're so low... There might be a gank mid here.
Yes, Shyvana looks like she's going to go down, but I think
Fizz is safe.
May be able to get away from that. Tryndamere's pushed back up now. He is level 6, Nasus is only level 5. It looks like Tryndamere may be going for a bit of aggression.
Elise knows that Tryndamere might be going in here. Nasus might try and do a bait here.
Yeah, Elise is coming towards top, ready for that. But we see from that pressure bot lane, Jinx is 50% more CS than Sivir, 15 more CS.
It's a pretty big deal, she's got her BF sword.
Well. Yeah, really, really scary. Shyvana's coming down, I think they're actually pinging Dragon now, they know they're recalled. It looks like they might be going for a ballsy rush Dragon here.
That would be a pretty interesting play. I mean, Shyvana's got really good damage for it early on. They've got Janna for the shield as well.
Fizz has gone towards top, he's coming back towards mid now, though Elise and Nasus are up top. Tryndamere is going to be able to survive this most likely if he doesn't overextend. Elise now realising that this dragon's free, trying to come down. In fact, she doesn't know what to do.
That was a really nice call from Nottingham.
The indecisiveness from Elise as well. She didn't even get to top. She went halfway to top, turned around again. But they will go on to Tryndamere now.
Oh, he dodged the stun. I think he's probably safe. Yeah.
And he's not even going to get took to half.
Get some free fury from the spiders.
Yeah, Nottingham will walk away now with 1.5k music. The music's still on as well, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Alright, there is fixed.
It's fine, so just Fizz and Syndra still just trading pressure, but Syndra's still slightly ahead on CS. That dragon's crucial at this point in the game though. Obviously these early dragons will really help the team start taking advantages of these. Tryndamere...
This Nasus is really low on mana. I'm actually surprised that Tryndamere didn't commit to that. But it looks like Elise stole away the blue. Yeah, she did.
He did a small win for them. Tryndamere are actually going to go quite heavily on.
Yeah, I don't see any way Nasus can get away from this. Oh! The Wither was long enough. Damn.
Yeah, he stops going for it. I think he's happy just forcing him to recall, just going to get ahead on CS and pressure that turret.
Well, I mean, Tryndamere is definitely, really far ahead. He's almost 30 CS ahead now, so that is a huge deal.
Definitely. This Nasus, I'm getting moaned at in chat for my pronunciation. Nasus is someone that needs that farm. If he doesn't get that farm, he's not going to be that powerhouse that he'd want him to.
It's just like we were discussing with...
The hook land, sorry, on Danexo, he doesn't get spell shield.
Don't think that they really wanted to initiate that fight.
Jinx is exhausted, she's so low, but the flash should actually make her safe. Danexo.
One Q from Sivir could be a big deal.
Such a nice play from Thresh though.
Yeah.
He flayed him back and stopped them getting in range of that attack. He's going to try and hook Janna under tower. She takes 2 tower shots.
That was close. If he'd flashed a tiny bit to the left, that second boomerang would have hit him. That was really dicey.
Very risky there, but nice play, nice turnaround from Nottingham. That's twice now Cardiff have tried to get these hooks and go all in on Nottingham, and Nottingham have just turned around and said, okay, we'll fight this. And they've
got to be careful going in on a Sivir and a Janna. You know, her boomerang blade with that bonus AD is pretty intense damage.
Definitely. We do see Shyvana actually getting caught, possibly now the cocoon lands. Fizz and Shyvana are here. Syndra's trying to come down, will get the stun to save her.
Yeah, she's all good.
Trying to get a bit of counter jungling in there, a little bit risky, but nothing too bad. She won't get killed or anything, so they'll just back out of that.
Well, I mean, in terms of the jungling, Elise does seem to be doing a little bit better. I mean, she's behind in CS, but she did steal away a blue, which is a big deal. And she put her bot lane ahead.
She's been going to lanes more, however, she hasn't really snowballed any lanes and she hasn't picked up any kills, so I think Shyvana's possibly a little bit further ahead.
I mean, you can't underestimate this 13 CS lead she gave the Jinx. That's the thing.
That was her most definitely the highlight. Obviously, she can bot quite a lot and gave Jinx the lead, which is quite big. It does look like Elise is actually going to be able to get around onto the Syndra here. The Playful Trickster goes down.
Oh man.
The ult lands and there'll be a lot of damage going down onto that Sivir. Everything will go down.
That was
and
brutal.
That'll be kill picked up for Fizz there on that Syndra.
I mean, Cardiff definitely needed that, being down a dragon. That was a good way of evening up the gold at least a little bit.
Definitely, that will help Fizz as well. He was really struggling in that mid lane. He was 20 CS.
And right now, it looks like he might be trying to set up another kill top. No, he's backed off.
Elise is coming bot actually, but Shyvana knows it's in the jungle. She's been very careful, making sure that her camps are still safe. Shyvana's actually going to come for a lane gank from bot, which could be scary because Jinx and Thresh are pushing up to their lane.
I think, you know, given the track record of this Jinx and Thresh, they've tried to initiate things that they can't really afford to, and if they get baited into an initiation by them...
is recalling, trying to bait it, but she will just get the recall down. Shyvana's just going to cover bot lane for now while Sivir's recalled. In the meantime, Tryndamere still just been very annoying for this Nasus, taking him down to half health and then just backing up.
This top lane's pretty one-sided at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I think Elise, if she needs to do anything, it's camp top right now.
Oh, Elise can change, and we just saw Syndra was ahead in mid, but now with that kill, it's going to be very difficult. Elise actually coming now towards the top lane to try and get a gank, just to show herself and offer that bit of pressure. Syndra was going to go up there, but changed her mind. She's going to go back down to mid. Start facing off against this Fizz now, who's actually fairly even now on the gold. He's going to go in again. He's got his
oh, she messed up her knockback, hitting him into the wall.
So low, but she won't go down.
That was close.
That Fizz, very, very well played. Even though he's behind on CS, that kill from Elise has really helped him, and he's put a lot of pressure down.
Yeah, I mean, oh, top lane.
Top as well. Sorry, Elise
Ghost burned.
away from that.
Oh, Fizz is gonna die! Oh no! He got too greedy. Wow, that was really good for Nottingham.
Elise also got the kill at top, so that's 2 kills for Nottingham there. Such good play. The Fizz went all in under tower. Syndra got the stun under the tower, and the last tower shot got the kill.
I tell you, that is not what Cardiff wanted. Not only are they giving kills to Tryndamere, who we all know when he gets strong is a beast, but also they removed their advantage that they made in mid.
Yeah,
so
definitely. If anything, now them lanes are going to be more dominant. It's really
look at the tower damage on bot. The Cardiff tower is getting really low.
It is, and it looks like Shyvana's going to be coming back down. That dragon is up in 25 seconds, so she knows that is...
There's a good opportunity for Nottingham to take bot tower and then rotate right to dragon and get a big swing of gold straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like Elise and Shyvana are kind of dancing around that area, though. And they're clearing out that ward as well.
Yeah, they know, you know, they're only 2.2k gold behind, so this dragon could actually get them back into the game quite easily. Nottingham aren't too far ahead at all, so at least just coming down, making sure she won't be caught out like she was the first time. She is going to be here for this dragon.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Nottingham decide to play this, because they could play it slow, or they could go for like a 4-man bot thing here, and either way would be potentially pretty brutal. Oh man. Is Syndra gonna die to the tower? Oh wow.
From that.
I mean, at least it was an execute.
The worst thing in the world, because that at least was behind and could have.
Well, there's now 4 people on the bottom side of the map for Cardiff, and they might decide to go for the dragon.
Definitely, this dragon is very plausible for Cardiff right now, but I want to emphasise there, Elise was behind waiting for that kill on Syndra. Her Q would have got the kill, so that execute isn't actually the worst thing that could have happened.
And there we go, Cardiff are doing exactly what we said, they're going for the dragon, and it's going to be pretty difficult for Nottingham to contest this. Might see a steal attempt. No. Yeah, that was a big misplay by Syndra. That's unfortunate.
Not the worst thing that could have happened, but definitely for that dragon fight, they did not want that to happen.
Yeah.
So they are within 1.5k gold now. Tryndamere going to go quite aggressive onto Nasus, but he's just going to heal back up. They both have such good sustain at top.
Yeah, I mean, Tryndamere is definitely winning the lane by a lot, though. That's 40 CS advantage now?
42, yeah.
That is
really,
huge.
Really, Definitely. This split push is actually really working for them so far. Nottingham seem like they've really got the head screwed on and they're playing a lot better than they were the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is a strat that they've practiced and made themselves comfortable on, and they've pulled it out at the right time. So
Definitely, definitely. This bot lane still, though, we haven't seen much action in bot. This top and mid lane we've seen quite a lot, but bot still haven't got any kills at bot lane.
I just noticed Trinmer's already finished his Blade of the Ruin King.
Yep, he's got the Blade of the Rune King, he's got the Berserker Greaves.
Oh man, nice gank here. He's too low mana to do anything. That is all over.
Stun under tower will hold Nasus there. Syndra ults to try and get the kill, but Tryndamere will pick it up.
So they just picked up bot tower. They might pick up top tower here.
And they got a kill.
Pretty insane.
Like they're going to push this mid lane as well while Tryndamere split pushes. This now is the fear of the split push. This is what Nottingham can do when they take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, if the four of them gather up in mid here, they can obliterate this tower really fast. Sivir and Shyvana both take down towers really quickly. So
Sivir's got that Bloodthirster. Sorry.
That tower just evaporated. So that's a 3-1 tower lead from Nottingham. They're playing their comp the way it's meant to be played, I'll tell you that much.
Definitely. As soon as Sivir gets a few more items as well, her Boomerang Blade and the bounce will be killing the CS in one round.
Ooh, Tryndamere used his spin to try and clear small minions.
Yeah,
that was a bit of a risk.
And he doesn't have an escape. He's going to get very low, but Shyvana, this is actually a really good engage for them here if they want to.
Tryndamere is so close to dying here. If he gets away...
will save him a bit.
Yeah.
Actually sacrificed herself for that Tryndamere. Then the Jinx ult does go down and just misses him though. If that Jinx ult would have got killed.
I'd say that was a pretty good play by the Janna. You don't want to give the shutdown gold away from Tryndamere.
No.
And
really, you know, just like any good guy support there, giving her life.
Oh no, the hook! Shyvana is melted.
Definitely. Thresh is very weak.
Whilst Shyvana did die there, at the very least, I think she might have made enough space for them to defend the tower. We'll see. Maybe not.
No, they should be able to take this there. They're 3 versus 4 though, and they can't really pressure that enough. So it looks like Cardiff will just back away from.
Yeah, I mean,
up on the towers. They're now 1k gold behind, and that's it.
That blunder from Tryndamere definitely cost them a little bit.
Yeah.
Nottingham need to make sure they keep their cool, because they've been in bigger advantages than this twice, and both times one of the two solo lanes has kind of made a bit of a mistake, so they might be getting a bit nervous.
Definitely, and this is where we'll see if Nottingham really have had that talk and got better, because this is the point in their game where they can either... This is make and break. If they start slipping up, making them mistakes we saw them make,
yeah,
this is
very similar to the first game they played tonight, where they were even, maybe a bit ahead, and then they made a few mistakes because I guess they got nervous or something, and it can turn around quick. You know.
But for now, they still have that lead, 1.4k gold lead. So we will have to see how it goes.
The lead is on the right people as well. I mean, having it on Tryndamere and the slight edge on Sivir, at least with Farm.
I was going to say you'd possibly want the Sivir and the Syndra to have a bit more kills than this at the moment, but that Tryndamere is never bad to have. Janna almost getting caught out there. Actually, she's going to be in a really sticky situation. She
Still
is
could
going to go away from Danik, so she will escape because Elise actually trying to get over the wall to get to her, but she won't there, so she'll get away from that.
2 people top from Nottingham looking to make a push on the tower. This, as you said, really good split push. Look at how fast Tryndamere is chunking that down.
Yeah, Nasus is doing damage to him, does nothing, so Nasus just said, you know what, you take that, I'm just going to farm up the creeps and wait for Jinx to get here, so Nasus knows at this point that he can't straight up 1v1.
I mean, basically, what I wouldn't be surprised if I saw was Nottingham, maybe 3 members went bottom to push it again, drew some people away, Tryndamere just goes up, has, the time of his life taking down the top tower. If they play it slow and steady, they can definitely win.
I think they're going to concentrate on this bottom mid here and just keep Tryndamere top, because this dragon is up in just over a minute now.
Yeah.
Both teams have the timer on it though, so Cardiff know when it's up as well.
It might be a smart idea for Tryndamere to rotate to bottom and everyone else to go mid here. That way he's not too far away from Dragon, but we'll see if they do that.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep that Nasus top still, because they don't want that Nasus in the fights, and they want to force people to as far away from Dragon as possible. So I think we'll see him stay in the top lane. That's exactly what they want. Possibly a little bit later, but 50 seconds until Dragon. This is what happened last time. The presence from Tryndamere in that top lane forced people to go up there. They can take Dragon.
Nottingham needs to be very careful not to lose a member needlessly again, because that was what lost them the last Dragon.
Yeah, they do not want to. This Tryndamere is a very big crucial part of this game. If he stays top, they will be able to do anything. If he gets caught, like we saw him, Jinx actually wasting her ultimate there.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to set up a 4-man on him, which is not great timing. I mean, they have the dragon timer. They know it's about to come up, but they're trying to go for
Tryndamere's
Tryndamere.
just going to be able to walk away from this as well. He knows it's coming.
And Sivir's getting great push on bot as well. I think that was a bit of a misstep.
He's going to try and get a cocoon on him, sorry. Thresh is there as well, but they know they're going to go to drag. There's 4 of them top, and they're still not decisive. Tryndamere has just used this spin, though.
Nasus just went back as well. We'll see if Tryndamere can get away here.
Really nice dodge.
Oh, he got hit by the mine, though.
From there, the hook does land on him as well.
Oh, that was an amazing flay.
He'll be cleaned up there.
Green Zebra of the Dead. That was a beautiful thing.
The dragon has been picked
Oh,
up.
Sivir!
So such a nice flash over the
Really
wall to
good.
dodge that ult from Fizz there, and dragon will be picked up from Nottingham. So all in all, Nottingham come out on top in that fight.
I mean, they're ahead in gold, but, you know, Cardiff is definitely flexing their muscles. They're ahead in kills now.
Oh, yes.
And they just got another tower.
By no means at all decided yet. There's still only 1.3k goal between these teams. In fact,
Fizz is out of mana. I think that's over.
Fizz is going to go down there. They get the knock up on Nasus. I don't know if they'll carry on chasing. They look like they will be trying to just get some damage on, but they're not going to fully engage there. They'll walk away with that kill and the dragon, and they will now take a 2k gold lead.
I mean, here they have a good opportunity to go steal away the blue. They could also potentially get
Go
Nasus.
again, sorry, onto that Nasus. The stun does go down. Sivir popping a lot of damage onto him as well as the Syndra. Janna just going to chase him a bit down. Meanwhile, at bot lane, we do see Shyvana all over the wall onto the Jinx. Jinx is very low.
She's so low.
Up from this Shyvana eventually. There we do, she does go down, and Thresh is left all by himself against the
Man, Nottingham are looking pretty convincing right now.
Look at this.
All across the map.
This is the fear of the split push. Cardiff split their team up, sent some top, some bottom, and they lost both of them, as well as taking a dragon. This is working.
I feel like they needed to send Jinx and Thresh bottom instead of top, because
definitely
you can't really run Jinx and Thresh into like a Tryndamere that's 4 for 2. Seems a bit sketchy. Yeah.
You are not going to be able to peel off a Shyvana with no one else there. You do not want a 2v2 against Tryndamere and Shyvana as an AD carry. And they're just going to take this top tower now and extend the gold lead even more. We just saw this game go from a 1k gold difference to 4.2k in about 1 minute.
Yeah, that was really brutal for Cardiff. They need to reevaluate how they're going to deal with the split push, I think, because that did not work.
Definitely. Nottingham taking a massive step towards getting the lead of this game now, and now they're in a lot better position.
As good as their split push is, I wouldn't be that surprised to see Nottingham go for a Baron kind of soon. They've got the blade on Tryndamere, so that's going to be a lot of damage. Shyvana does a lot of damage to it. They've got Sivir, like, I think that wouldn't be too surprising to me. Because at the moment they've pushed up 2 of the inner turrets. They have to go mid. It might be easier for them to sort of go for the Baron.
Yes, that's definitely a possibility, especially with that Tryndamere. I think they might be sending Tryndamere bottom if they go to Baron though, just again for that pressure. So something we'll have to see. But the gold favour definitely in advantage of them. I think Cardiff, they need to decide what to do. They don't know whether to send 5 people to one lane or to split the team up here, but they really need to find a better way to counter these.
I think earlier on it could have been a valid strategy to send 5 to one lane and force Nottingham to do something, but because Tryndamere is so farmed right now and fed, it might be a bit too late for that. He can just go to a side lane and it'll be a worthwhile trade.
Of course, when he's got the Zephyr, the Zeal, the Blade, the Rune King, if you send 5 people bot and leave Tryndamere with them items in top, you're going to lose an inhib.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it might be okay for Cardiff to take on a 4v4, but who can 1v1 this Tryndamere? That's the question.
They can't. That's why
I think
you do
there's
see
no
now
one.
Actually, 5 people all around top. Tryndamere actually going a bad way in the jungle. He's going to be greedy and go towards some golems, but he does notice that all of their team is missing. So
yeah, they've got a deep ward by that red buff, so
yes,
they've got 2 deep wards by the red buff actually.
This is exactly what Nottingham want to do. They're pressuring mid with 4 people and they're letting Tryndamere push top. Cardiff do not know what to do here. You see that Elise again going top, then coming back mid, and Tryndamere meanwhile keeping that Nasus top, just pushing right to inhib. Cardiff just really struggling here.
I think somehow Cardiff needs to be able to make a 3v4 work in mid, and it's going to be really tough.
It really is. I mean, Syndra, you do see the stun go down.
Oh, the hook!
There. The hook actually lands on Shyvana, but that is not good for Cardiff.
Oh man!
To engage now. Elise took very late.
Shyvana tanked all of the CC.
In the middle, the knockup goes onto 2 people. Thresh is massively caught out there as well.
Janna
really nice
with the double kill.
What a nice Tryndamere actually dove mid tower for some reason. 2 deep towers in. I don't know why he did that. They couldn't afford to at this point, but I think that was a little bit too balls deep there
Yeah.
from Tryndamere.
I mean,
But still, amazing play from Nottingham though as a whole.
Perfect
coming
example.
up now 6k gold ahead.
they're just winning by small increments, and it's really hard to come back from a split push team doing that. I mean, I think... I'm not even sure what Cardiff really needs to do here. It's going to be hard.
Well, that fight was not good for him. First of all, if you want to hook a member of Nottingham,
It's not
you do not
Shyvana.
want to hook the Shyvana.
Yeah.
Shyvana got hooked and just said, thanks a lot, I'm going to jump straight onto Elise and Fizz here. They died, and that really nice ultimate from Janna pushed Thresh right to the back line of Nottingham, and they just turned around and hit him into the ground.
Also, Fizz was a little bit trigger happy there. He put off his ultimate before he could guarantee it landing on someone useful. It hit the Shyvana, and she was just like, okay, I mean, I like fish, they're tasty.
He's actually coming around Baron from Cardiff now, so it looks like they may go for a bit of a desperation Baron here. They know they can't do much.
They kind of need to, but at the same time, Nottingham saw them going for that, so it's going to be difficult to pull off.
If you go to Baron, Nottingham know you're there, but also you go to Baron, this Tryndamere is still pushing lane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure if they really care that much about the Baron, to be honest. They could probably take one inhib, maybe even 2.
Nottingham are still quite happy just taking this dragon. Obviously, the dragon gold scales into the late game now, so it's worth a lot more than it used to be. But they're just going to keep getting the objectives, keep getting the gold. Tryndamere's actually joining up though now, so we may see a possible 5 for the first time.
It's interesting that Elise just smited a minion when Baron's kind of potentially a thing.
I don't think any team here will want to risk Baron though, because if either team do, it could be a throw. Like if Cardiff do it and lose, it's the
Janna could get caught out here. Oh no.
Nah, the hook doesn't land. But if Nottingham do Baron and lose it, then
oh, Thresh flashed there. I guess he didn't have enough vision to know that it was only the 2 of them, and he was a bit too scared.
To be honest, I think it's the fear. I mean, Cardiff are so scared right now. If they get caught out once more, that could be the last one.
Sivir just obliterate that wave. I mean, they're pushing so fast.
Nasus has been pushing top this lane though, so top lane's pushed quite hard. He's reaching now. Shyvana gets a really nice engage onto Jinx.
Tryndamere is just wailing away.
Fizz is going to get melted by Shyvana as well, and their team is still at full health. Tryndamere's going to take the tower though, he's going to tank it still, he's not dead quite yet.
Nasus and Elise are doing work.
It's actually going to do a lot of damage. He comes in. Nottingham are quite weak here. Nasus is coming down with the chase, so is Elise. If she lands the cocoon onto anyone, she doesn't even need to. Elise and Nasus will do enough damage to kill that Shyvana straight up.
That was exactly what Cardiff needs to do. I'm not sure how it happened, but...
Well, it was that Nasus. They fought, Nottingham fought and came out on top, but they were...
Oh, they might catch her here.
The cocoon will come out eventually, but Sivir does so much damage. If Elise overcommits to that, she will end up dying.
I mean, she can't kill the Nasus, so the Nasus can definitely beat her 1v1 at this point. With the Randuins, the Wither, you know, it's too risky.
I completely agree. This is still such a close game. 6k gold difference, but these fights, especially now this has got 200 farm, they can go either way.
This is exactly where the split push starts to fall off a little bit. You have to be in their base, the towers are all closer together. If Cardiff gets some home guard boots, it's much more difficult to end the game. I feel like they might need to go for a Baron at some point soon.
The big thing that's holding Cardiff in this is Nasus.
Yeah.
That Nasus now is at the point in the game where he doesn't have to be top and farm anymore. If he comes into the fights and Tryndamere stays top, yeah, Tryndamere's going to push top, but Nasus is just going to kill everyone. They need Tryndamere in the fights now. Yeah,
that's definitely true. I mean, Tryndamere maybe went a bit too far ahead of his team in that last fight, to be honest. Shyvana was kind of down and to the right, and Tryndamere was sort of in the middle, and they couldn't really support each other too well. They split their damage a little bit.
He didn't really care about the damage he took either, because he knew he could get away, so he stayed and took about 8 shots of that tower, got to his ultimate, and then just ran away, when he could have stayed in with half health for at least 10 seconds longer. But it does look like now Nottingham A are going to scan Dragon.
Elise is all the way bot, so there's no smite here for Cardiff yet.
They're going to start the Baron. Thresh does come down, they have got the ward there though. Baron is at under half health, so anything could actually happen now though, so we may see a fight coming down. Jinx is just going to do a little bit of poke over the wall, Shyvana will secure it, and Cardiff are...
That's a ghost from Tryndamere, they're going for this. Oh, he's stunned though, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that was stuff that happened.
Well, that ghost being down is a pretty big deal. It stops him from getting to their backline, so... We'll have to see if a Wither on Tryndamere decides the next fight, to be honest.
Definitely, but that Baron is going to help the split push so much, and it's going to make Nottingham even more scary now.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, things are definitely going to slow down now, though, because with all the towers and the base being so close together, it is a bit more difficult. And, you know, to be fair, Cardiff has relatively good engage. If Nasus can ghost in or something, get a Wither on a key target, he can tank a lot at this point. He was behind a lot earlier, but now he's got his Frozen Fist and his Randoins. He's tanky.
They really are.
Oh, wow!
Elise, she actually dodges the Syndra ult, but she's taken...
Man,
she will escape.
This is a good opportunity for Nottingham to get some free damage in.
It's also a good opportunity when Elise gets back to engage for Cardiff, though. That Syndra ult's burnt.
Look at how quick that tower fell. Jesus.
Very, very fast, yes. And they should be able to take this in here, but Elise is back now with the home guard, so there's no Syndra ult, so they know they can engage this. The slow is on Janna. Elise is going to go onto the Janna.
Oh, Elise is kind of in no man's land now, though.
Elise was so caught up in chasing Janna, she will be caught out, but Thresh comes to save the day with that lantern.
Good Thresh lantern.
And both teams are going to back out a little bit. He hooks it.
Oh!
Tryndamere spins in, takes out Thresh to very weak health, so he'll get the
Thresh!
Jinx is melted as well. Fizz has to pop his Zonya's here, but he will be took out surely straight after that.
Thresh's hooks that fight were pretty unfortunate.
No one's died from Nottingham. Well, Syndra's just died now as I say that. Tryndamere's still alive, and that is a 4 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, Thresh that game hooked Shyvana twice, I think.
Yeah.
And that just,
Nasus
you
will
know...
kill Tryndamere here, but he's very, very weak. He could actually go down under tower. Danexo will clean that up. And there's still solid 10-15 seconds before anyone...
Yeah, this is almost certainly the game getting finished out by Nottingham. So that was a pretty spectacular game, actually. Very close for most of it.
And Nottingham coming out with the win. We said, obviously, they got the head screw back on. That hour helped them. They focused on their loss in the first game, and the problems we saw in the first game just weren't there. Really great execution of that split push tactic.
Absolutely.
There. And this win from Nottingham will actually force Division 2 into a tiebreak. Birmingham and Cardiff both sit on 4 wins now at the top of the division.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting. That means they're going to have to do a rematch of the game they just played, in which Cardiff was pretty dominating, if I remember correctly.
They really were.
But they're going to be shaken after this loss. So
definitely.
Something to consider.
And Sodet, if you are still here, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the game. If not, we will just keep speaking to ourselves. Don't know if he's here at the moment, so that's fine. But really, really great game from Nottingham there. See, so there you go. Always stick with your heart, guys. Forget about your brain. Just follow your heart. But by all means, Cardiff did not play bad that game. They were really, really good. But the split push execution was just so good that Tryndamere got ahead of Nasus in lane, and that really snowballed the rest of the game. Cardiff had to focus on top a lot more. You saw Elise have to go top, which got them the first free dragon.
Yeah, and there was a lot of indecision from the Elise.
Exactly. And that was forced from this Tryndamere. So really great play from Nottingham. That split push worked out really well for them.
Yeah, I have to say I'm really happy to see how Nottingham came back after that first game where they didn't do so well. It was a very well thought out strategy. It was well played, and pretty much everyone on the team, with the exception of like 1 or 2 mistakes, played it so solidly. You know, the only real mistakes that I can think of were Syndra getting executed, and there was one time where Tryndamere did something silly, I think. But yeah, for the most part, it was really well played.
Red. He invaded when he didn't have vision.
And he spun onto the small minions.
And he got shut down there. That actually gave up the second dragon for them. So that was a small mistake there that they really could have worked on, but there was plenty of them for Cardiff as well. And in the end, Nottingham just played a little bit better as a team. They managed to get their tactic down a lot more. I'm not too sure what Cardiff were going for still.
Yeah, you know,
their plan was to get that at least roaming and get kills in top and mid, but it just didn't happen.
It was very difficult for them to engage properly, because if they tried to engage on the core group, which was the Sivir, the Shyvana, the Janna, the Syndra, they had so much disengage. Like, Sivir speeds everyone up, Syndra knocks everyone away, Janna knocks everyone away. You know, they had so much disengage, and there wasn't enough of a gap closer on Cardiff's side to really deal with that. If they went on the Tryndamere, then 4 people are knocking on your front door, and Tryndamere's really good at getting away. So I think they were in some ways outpicked here.
Okay, I have actually just been told as well that Cardiff will actually take top of the division because they beat Birmingham in their 1v1, so they place ahead of Birmingham, meaning this division now is Cardiff winning in top position, Birmingham coming second, followed by Nottingham on 3 wins, and then you've got Swag Vicious bottom, who dropped out of the tournament. So Cardiff do win Division 2 group stage.
Well, congratulations to them. It was well played.
Definitely. So that is the games for tonight, but stick with us, guys. We will be getting a few more of the casters in soon and be speaking about all the games we've seen tonight, our impressions of the teams, and about the Super 8 now as well, because we've had 2 teams drop out, which means that our teams from the second division will be up for some spots in the Super 8, and we'll expect what we see from that. Also, a review of this patch, what we've seen from the teams this game, and how we think it went well in the games itself from this patch.
Are we heading up to the other channel to do that?
I'm just finding out about that, so let's have a little look and we'll find out. So, what was your favourite game of tonight then? After the
I don't know, actually. To be honest, they were all really good. I loved the Zillion in Game 1. I thought that was awesome. Game 2 was just hectic, you know. It was chaotic, it was hilarious. And then Game 3 was just... It was close, and it was so well executed by, you know, Nottingham. It's really, really difficult to put my finger on which game I enjoyed watching the most. I mean, if it was between the 2 that I was casting, I think it would probably be the Game 3. Because it was a bit closer and more interesting. But I can't decide if the second game was more entertaining than the third. It had its moments, for sure. Jarvan being 21 for 1 for 25 or whatever it was. Pretty beautiful.
Yeah, they were both really good games. I think on Group A, Manchester will be winning that game. I'm sorry, not that game. That's a very close game between the 2 Manchester teams, actually, between Manchester Penguins and Manchester. There's 200 gold separating them at 30 minutes.
Wow.
So a very close game there, but it does look like Manchester Uni will be winning that division. Let me just double check this.
Should I maybe open up that spectator thing? So we have something to watch? Or do we want to keep that on the other channel?
Of course, you can do. Yeah.
Actually, no, I think they probably want to keep that on the first channel, so we should just keep talking about stuff.
Yeah, no, we'll just keep up with the post-interview. So guys, again, thanks for watching. If you're still in the Twitch chat, drop us, you know, if you've got any questions, any discussions, if you want to talk about the patch or anything at all. Get your questions, get them in the Twitch chat. Also, again, thank you for coming along. We're here to help the UK esports scene. We love this game just as much as you guys. This gives the UK esports scene a massive boost. You guys make this possible as well.
I mean,
thank you for watching.
Last season we had 16 teams. This season we have like 108. Next season I want to see like double that. It'd be beautiful. I love it.
It would. Any teams we are always grateful for, but give us a like on Facebook or follow us on Twitter just to help support us. Thank you for coming and watching. Stay with us for tonight if you're still around. Catch us. We'll be announcing when all the stream times are for the next few weeks on our Facebook and Twitter as well. But other than that, after all the games tonight, obviously we talked about the patch beforehand. But any different thoughts coming out after we've seen the games?
I think the double bruiser thing is something we kind of overlooked, and it worked so well in that game. Like, I'd love to see that some more.
Definitely. It's something that we didn't really come to mind. First of all, obviously we're concentrating on this jungle and the supports, but the double bruiser worked amazingly well as a kill lane and as gold as well. They got so much gold from that lane on both of them. The kills obviously helped.
Yeah, I mean the double Targon bracer or whatever, just runic shield. This one. It's just disgusting how much money they made.
Definitely. And other than that, I think that jungle is still very strong at the moment.
Mm.
Like, I don't think there's been a lot of talk about the 2-1-2 lanes. I feel if you're against the 2-1-2 lane, then the only way to counter it is with a 2-1-2 lane yourself, but not necessarily in the same lane. By that I mean you could camp mid lane as a jungler or something just to try and force the pressure elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it's been very strong. We saw that it can't be countered by a normal jungler. I mean that game where you had the Jarvan and Pantheon on top, the other jungler just tried to be normal and do his normal farm paths and roams, and it just didn't work out.
I do somewhat feel like there was room for a bit safer play on the side of Penguins, I believe it was, because there was a few times where they just got blown up way faster than they should have got blown up.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's one of them. I mean, if you have a good 2v1 laner, I think obviously there is counters to it. But without any other help, this is the great thing that I love about this patch. There's still so much things trying to figure out with the meta shift and that.
Yeah. I mean, we saw a lot of different stuff tonight that we normally
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
see.
definitely.
I mean, there was even a Mikhail's Crucible in first game on the Zillion. So you saw a Zillion and a Mikhail's Crucible in one game.
Very strong item. As a sport, I actually really like that item.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, the stats on it before the changes weren't ideal, if I remember correctly. But now that they've changed it a bit, maybe we'll see that getting picked up some more.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the changes to the slows and stuff. Obviously, the slows now scale with AP.
Yeah, that's really good.
With the stronger CCs we're going to see coming out of the supports and the junglers and that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mikhail's Crucible for the cleanse, for the heal. Just a really great pick overall, I think. But it depends on the comp. I mean, obviously, if you're getting more tanky or if you're going for more AP, there is better items there, but I still really like it.
Yeah, I think it worked nicely in that game as well, because if I remember correctly, there was a decent amount of hard CC on the side of Nottingham. So it was a good pickup.
Definitely. So I'm just trying to find out if we are going to get the other casters in here for the post game. Other than that, obviously we've done a bit of the post game, so I'll just find the rest of this out for you.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear more about the details of the other 3 games. I want to know if they saw anything particularly interesting and stuff. So
I think as soon as the game finishes on Stream 1, we'll be able to do that.
Yep, I'm looking forward
to it. At the moment, it is still going on, I think.
So if you had to pick your highlight game, I did my highlight game, sort of. I wasn't really able to pick mine, but I'll throw that question back to you. Which game do you think was your highlight?
In terms of just raw energy and being able to cast Game 2 was really fun.
Yeah.
But as a spectator, Game 3 was a lot closer. Game 2 was pretty much a stomp, to be fair. Game 3 was a lot more tense and had me a lot more intrigued, not just from energy, but for genuine, like excitement and stuff. So I liked Game 3 in that point of view, but Game 2 was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think I really want to see, next week or something, a team composition like the one that KVGS Kittens had in Game 2 being played in a game which is a little bit closer. Because it'll be interesting to see what happens if the kill lane doesn't snowball, There's a lot of ways that game could have gone if they didn't get so far ahead.
I mean, I think that's the beauty of having the relic shields, though. Like, even if they don't get the kills, they still get a lot of farm, and that's why this item's really strong at the minute. Obviously, after these nerfs, I think it'll be tuned down, but it's really strong with the relic shields, with the Targons.
League of Targon.
Exactly.
It used to be the League of Black Cleaver, then it was the League of the Giant Spelts, Warmogs, Blade of the Ruined King. We've got a new contender.
Definitely. So, let's have a look. Do you think any of the teams will take away anything from this week? Like, as players, do you think there's any team that would have played against something that would have made them...
I think, aside from the one push strategy that Nottingham had...
Let me see, actually, if I can try and get an interview with one of the Nottingham guys.
That would be really interesting, because I'm interested to ask them about the first game as well, and see what they thought of their team composition, because they didn't really push the envelope in that one. And I'm interested to see if that was because of fear, or if it was intended,
Yep, no, I think I can get that sorted, so that's fine.
Awesome. I'll quickly update the stream to say that we're doing that.
We'll be getting an interview with Dan Exo, who is the captain of Nottingham A and the AD carry, who was playing Sivir that last game.
Okay.
So he will be joining in a moment. Just give him the TeamSpeak details and everything.
Cool beans.
Other than that, is there anything else that really caught your eye that you want to mention or anything?
To Dan XO or just in general?
Just in general from the games.
I would really like at some point to hear from Birmingham why they like Zillion so much. I think that would be interesting.
It's a question I'd actually like to ask as well, yes. But we can ask Nottingham about how they felt playing against it, actually.
Yeah, I'm interested to see as well. Playing against it, obviously, what did they find to be irritating? What did they find to be easy to deal with, if anything?